Hey guys, Ryan Stileson here, and today is Wednesday. It's the 13th of May, and just wanted to give you guys the usual update that I give and workshop that I do every week at this time, 2 o'clock. I am the founder of Accelerate Marketing, as it says on the video there. For you guys that aren't familiar with myself or what I do, what this meeting is about is the same as it is every week, which is to help business owners to leverage Google and Google, specifically Google local service ads and Google business profiles, Google and their Google business profile to get and generate consistent, pre-qualified, pre-sold leads for their business, so that you can create a consistent business. And we also talk a little bit about artificial intelligence, AI, as it has to do with, answering the phone, conversational AI agents, in order to make sure that all the phone calls that you guys have are answered. You can, which is a big issue. It's a big problem. If you have any questions, you can post them below the video or on the recording. You can actually join us live. That's the best way to engage with me here. We do have a big school community of almost 1,000 people now, and growing. You can also text us or call us at 619-304-5155, where we'll have my team spend about an hour to do a free audit of your Google local service ads or Google business profile page, to help you understand, what kind of opportunity you have to create that consistent business that you might have already, always been looking for as whether it's an attorney who we primarily work with. Our agency, Accelerate Marketing, has been around for almost 20 years. We are the top level partner with Google. We were asked to be a partner with Google on the local service ads platform 10 years ago, and have been on their partner level program for the past 10 years, helping our businesses with the extra knowledge that we get from being a partner to help them to get their local service ads page up faster, to target their the best audience they possibly can, to get the best leads they can, and to really just make the most out of the platform, to get leads at the cheapest cost they possibly can. And if you're not doing that as a business owner, and you've not been able to generate a consistent amount of pre-qualified, pre-sold leads for your business, then this, it might be worth listening to, what I talk about on these meetings. We help with conversions by leveraging digital employees to answer the phone, and we generate the leads or the inbound phone calls through local service ads and Google business profile optimization. Let me know what questions you have. As I said, you can also go to our school community at school.com/local lead labs. It's a free community. And that's where you can continue the conversation with us or myself and my team totally for free after this call, in order to help grow your business. So let me know what questions you have. And if you do want to grow your business and you want to join these calls, I can answer any questions that you have live. It'd be great to have any one of you guys join, because then I can actually go through and use your business as an example. Let's see. So I'm going to go through the topics that we have today. If nobody else jumps on, I'm going to just go through those topics. So basically, I always have 3 topics that I go through, whether we have somebody on live to go over their business or not. Why Google's new listen-in algorithm is killing your LSA lead flow. Google just changed the locks on local service ads. They aren't just looking at your bid or your proximity anymore. They are listening to your phone calls. As of Q2 2026, Google is using AI to analyze your responsiveness and profile engagement to decide if you're worthy of the next lead. And the way that they gate that is they either just simply rank you at the top or they don't. And if you, and I've been saying this for a long time, if you answer the phone and you give Google what they want, which is a great experience for the person finding that business on their platform, which is Google, then Google is going to reward you by having a higher ranking so that more people can find you and call you. And Google gets benefit of that because they are referring a business that's able to create a great experience for that person. They also, as you would imagine, they don't just identify your responsiveness by listening to the phone call and identifying how quickly you answer. They also identify how good you are through the entire process by the reviews that you get. And they're not just old reviews. It's how recent are those reviews? And I'm going to be talking about that as well as one of the topics today. So Google is using AI to analyze your responsiveness. And specifically, to be very specific about it, it's how many of your calls, what percentage of your calls are answered within 30 seconds. That's it. What percentage of your calls are answered in 30 seconds? What percentage of your message leads are responded to within 30 seconds? If that number is close to 100%, then you're going to get more phone calls because you're going to rank higher. And you're going to get the best leads because people typically call from top down. That's the way that it always has worked. They start at the top and they just keep going down until they get a hold of somebody. And if they don't get a hold of you in that 30 seconds, they're going to go right down the list and call the next person. If you're further down the list, though, you would imagine that some of the people that are calling multiple businesses, they've already talked to the one or two businesses at the top already. And those businesses might have already turned them down. So they've gotten to you in the third position. And that's where a lot of business owners say, man, this local service ads thing's great. It's just, I just get really crappy leads. Well, if you're getting crappy leads, because the percentage of time that you're showing up at the very top position is typically below 60%. Are you measuring that? Do you know what that percentage is? If you don't, you might want to know it, because that's what's going to determine whether or not you're going to get good leads or not. And what determines if that percentage is high is, again, the percentage of calls that's answered in 30 seconds and how recent the reviews are. A business that's getting 3 to 4 reviews a week currently is going to perform better than a business that has maybe 100 reviews, is going to perform or rank higher than a business on average that has 2,000 reviews that are older reviews and that's only getting 1 review per week. All other things being equal, if that's the situation, then the business number 1 is going to outperform business number 2 because they're recent reviews. Google is what they care about is recency of reviews. So the traditional 3-pack is shrinking to 1 or 2 spots because AI overviews are taking over the search page. So there's fewer of those Google local service ads opportunities to show up at the top. The 3-pack is now shrinking. It's becoming a 1 or 2-pack. So the other thing I was going to talk about, as I said, is why your star rating is now secondary to your review recency and how to gamify your openness signal to jump the line in the map pack. If you aren't an active player in the profile, you're invisible. Okay. So I hope this makes sense. You guys let me know, put any comment in. I'd love to have you join. I'm going to go through the 3 topics today right now. And the listen-in algorithm, how Google audits your LSA intake. Google knows if you're a bad closer and they're punishing you, if they're punishing your wallet for it. Google now closely monitors LSA responsiveness and disposition rates. If your team consistently misses calls or turns away leads or fails to properly classify them, Google's algorithm interprets this as lack of capacity or reliability and starts dropping your rating. In other words, Google local service ads is no longer just a set it and forget it system. You need to give Google feedback and fill out those surveys in order for Google to continue to give you leads. So it's really simple. You submit a lead, you submit a survey for every lead that you get to Google. And if you're not doing that, or if your agency's not doing it, then you're just not going to get the leads that you want. You're not going to get the rankings that you want. That's why your LSA sucks. So review velocity versus review volume is the second topic. The 4.8 star floor, the hook. Okay, your 500 reviews from 2024 are worth 0. And here's why. In 2026, review recency and velocity are the king of local rankings now. A steady stream of 3 to 4 new reviews per week is now outranking businesses with thousands of stale reviews. That's what I was just saying in the beginning. So the review velocity formula and why a consistent 4.8 star flow is the unofficial floor for staying at the top of the LSA auction. Again, and this is all backed by, Wizard of Ads is the one that actually there's a link to for this. Push Leads published a information about the first topic that I introduced, which is the making sure that you answer the phone, and the review velocity was from Wizard of Ads. These are we have documentation for all of these topics. So if you're interested, I can send that over to you. But the AI local pack squeeze, the third topic, and zero-click discovery, the hook. Google just cut the size of the map pack. The question is are you still inside of it? Are you still being able to be selected? Over 51% of searches now end with a click. And AI overviews are replacing standard search results. So how to use JSON LD structured data and consistent profile updates, photos, Q&A, posts to satisfy entity clarity. So Gemini recommends you as the definitive local answer. So if you're not updating your photos, your Q&A, and your posts on your Google local service ads or Google business profile page, you might not be showing up in those AI overviews. Okay. So, and this was actually, this is just information that is very widely known. So, let me know what questions you guys have. Again, if you want, you can text us at 619-304-5155. You can go to our website at accelerateyourmarketing.com, listed at the bottom there. And you can also go to our school community to get us to answer any questions that you want, completely free, skool.com/local lead labs. If you text us or call our team at 619-304-5155, we will do a free audit of your local service ads or your Google business profile page. We'd be more than happy to do that. And I'm going to show my screen here. I'm going to show you a just a case study so that you guys can see what's going on here. If I type in, well, let me go to Accelerate Your Marketing. I'll show you. If you go to our website, you can go to our resource center, and this is where you can see a lot of our most recent posts here. How to generate leads in digital marketing. I really hear the case studies are the best. LSA case study, liftoff. I think this was a partnership that pays off. How AI turns slow leads into a search for one local business. Why patience pays off in local search engine optimization, or in other words, Google business profile optimization. When you quit too soon, a lesson in search engine optimization patience. And then firm case study, AI and local SEO drives leads. So here, this is one of our more recent ones. A leading Colorado law firm dedicated to representing injured motorcycle riders wanted to significantly improve its online visibility. It was well known and trusted in the riding community. It was largely invisible where it mattered most, Google Local Pack and Organic. The objective was to help more riders find them online by improving their Google Business Profile ranking. The challenge is despite its strong reputation, the firm faced significant visibility issues. It did not appear in Google Search Pack, organic results, accelerate marketing, implemented a comprehensive SEO plan to improve authority, relevance, etc. Within weeks, the firm saw measurable improvements appearing in Google Local Pack for important motorcycle accident keywords, stronger statewide visibility, connecting more riders to trusted legal resources. And you can see, I think I talked about this the last week, but you can see here that they started showing up in the first position on desktop for Google, mobile, Local Pack, and Local Finder for keywords like Colorado motorcycle law firms, Colorado motorcycle lawyer, Colorado motorcycle lawyers, etc. I mean, these are all, they showed up now number one. So they were not there before. That's really good. So these are a lot of new keywords for them that they're showing up for. And I can give you an example. So kind of curious. Let's see. Motorcycle attorney. Okay, so look. So I don't know who. Let's see if this is if this is our client. I don't know if it is. It might be. Yeah. But here, this is what I was saying. Here's the AI overview. You'll notice, like I said before, what's happening is that I'm going to do the search again so that we can show. So there's only two. This is what I'm showing you. There's only two attorneys showing up. Okay. And you can actually use Google to request multiple opinions from message leads, and only the attorneys that have the message leads turned on will get that lead. Now, this is the reason why I recommend very highly that you have message leads turned on as an attorney, because if you do, you're going to get more leads. Now, the question is how quickly do you respond? Is it a few minutes? And I'll bet McDavid is one of the ones. So yeah. So they must be responding quickly. Let me just see here if I go more. In a few hours. So this is actually, this could be improved. I mean, a lot of people might not actually select this business, because if I go back, okay, you can see in a few minutes, Frank Czar, a few minutes, 1 hour, a few minutes. Most of these guys are a few minutes, 15 minutes. But if I go back here, and I go to request multiple, I might not select this guy because he doesn't respond in a few minutes. I'm only going to select the ones that respond in a few minutes. So, Colorado motorcycle law firm, let's see. Okay, I want to say this is probably this is Will White. Yeah, I think that's our client. Okay, so let me know what questions you guys have. You can post the questions below the wherever you're watching the video. Join our community on skool.com/local lead labs. You can go to our website, accelerateyourmarketing.com. You can also text us or call us at 619-304-5155. We do these every week. And, what really allows us to move the needle for you is if you jump on these calls with me so that I can actually help you, get the best results that you possibly can. So let me know what questions you have. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.